There is no reason for the euro currency to change against any major currency based on the news out the eurozone. Tomasz Michalski, Ashes de Paris Business School. The euro interest rate decision is out on Thursday. What should we expect to happen to the euro currency from this release?
So first of all, the ECB is expected to keep its stance unchanged. They're neither going to move the interest rate nor they're going to change anything in their asset buying program. The reason for this is that there are some indications that we have some news coming out that it starts, as they believe, working. You have some pickup in the inflation rate. You have some spurring of investment in a lot of Eurozone countries. But it's not obviously the desired rate of inflation that they have, and they're not willing to change anything. They're not, perhaps even it's not necessary for them to increase the asset buying program. Given this, and that this is a wide expectation of the market as it is. I mean, there's no reason for the euro currency to change against any major ones based on the news that come from the eurozone itself. So everybody's watching what the Fed is going to do, but for the ECB, I think most people believe it's going to be there's going to be no change in that decision.
The French consumer spending report is out, and with the recent protests against the new labour laws in France, will we see any increase or decrease in public spending?
Public spending, minor hiccup, I would say, in the French economy. If we see any effect of the recent strikes, it would be a statistical blip that could be just a small error. The thing is that in general, what we're seeing in the recent months is a waking up of the French economy. There's more investment. We see some indications that there's more consumer spending. There was some better news from the auto market or from the real estate transactions. So I think that this labor movement would have to really last much longer and be much more severe to cause a blip that could be attributable to the strikes itself. So I don't see any break in the trend, which overall is slightly positive.
The USA crude oil inventories will be released this week, and with another OPEC meeting as well. What are you anticipating to happen to the price of crude?
When I look at what drives the U.S. reserves, a lot of this has to do with the weather. So if you look at the recent weather patterns in the U.S., we don't see very high temperatures, which typically cause an increase in fuel consumption. And therefore, I don't expect that there's going to be, for example, a major fall in those stocks caused by consumption. There might be different factors. The OPEC, by itself, as we know, there's a big rift between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Iraq just announced that because of short-term reasons, they need cash, they're going to pump more oil. So given that the price just reached the whereabouts of 50, I don't think that a lot of cash-strapped nations are going to try to cash on it, including Russia, Iraq, perhaps Venezuela, to provide some short-term relief. I don't expect the OPEC meeting to reach any conclusion about tightening of output or any conclusion that will limit the supply of oil in the nearest future.
Thank you for your time today, Thomas. Stay with us throughout the week for the latest on these stories, but for now, goodbye.